Beautiful music. Good morning, everyone. Well, another beautiful day here in Boulder, Colorado, where it is such a community of healthy, open-minded people. I think that's what they advertise Unity as. Not Unity, but also Boulder. To the rest of the world, it's healthy, open-minded people. And so I appreciate the fact that I have the privilege to live here and share in this incredible consciousness. Is there anybody here from another Unity? Anybody here for the first time? Raise your hand. We have a fabulous gift if you're here for the first time. Okay. All right. Well, we are here to celebrate our open-mindedness and our health. And you are going to get in touch with what is truly valuable, truly open-minded when you listen to Santish's talk. Look forward to it.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Boulder. Welcome those of you who are joining us in person and those of you who are joining us online. Thank you very much. Just a few quick words about stuff that's coming up here at Unity of Boulder. Today is our children's annual Halloween party and haunted house. That starts today here at 5. It'll start in Fellowship Hall. It goes from 5 to 7. It is free. All children are invited. If you have a neighbor with kids and they're looking for something free and safe to do, please bring them in. They don't ever have to step in Unity before. We're going to have games, candy, food, prizes, face painting, and even if you don't want your kids getting too much candy, a lot of the game stations downstairs have toys to give out instead. So there's options for everyone, but please bring your kids, bring everyone, have them dressed up. It's a great time every year that we put this on, so please come on out for that. And next is moving on to the next holiday is our holiday choir is starting this Thursday at 6:30. You don't have to sign up. All you have to do is show up. Even if you don't necessarily think you're an amazing singer, you don't have to identify as a singer. Come, Norma will find the right spot for you in the choir. It's a great way to meet other Unity people. Everyone has a really good time, and in the end, you get to be in one of our big, huge productions. So if you've got time to spare on Thursday evenings, please come check that out this Thursday at 6:30. All right, thank you.
All right, I got a couple other quick announcements here. There's also an adult Halloween party the following Friday. We got a special, very experienced DJ who's done a lot of Halloween parties. That's one of us. There's going to be a really cool outdoor fireplace, dancing, just a place to hang out and relax and meet other people from the community. A lot of people are going to be dressed up, but if you don't have a costume, come anyway. It's going to be fun. This is this coming Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. in the Fellowship Hall. And because I stole the floor, I'm also going to announce today is my conscious communication practice group. If you feel like there's nothing you can do about what's happening in the Middle East, what we all can do is learn how to speak more from the heart and less from our worldview and less from judgment. And that can have a profound effect. So this group that meets today at 1 o'clock is a practice group. It's not a class. Show up and learn how to speak from the heart and contribute to the peace in this world. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity. This is the point in our service that we have a call for prayer. We know that there's many things to be praying about at this time, and so we have little sheets available to you to write a prayer for someone that needs a prayer right now, and you're welcome to feel free to write your own name on there. You don't have to say what the issue is. Spirit already knows what we need before we even ask. It's really us divinely connecting vibrationally with the God that's within us always anyways. So it's really just the act of remembering that prayer is real and prayer is powerful. and we can see prayer and peace prevailing over this beautiful planet and world as well. And we'd like to sing the song here. This is Lisa, and she'll be coming down the middle aisle and collecting your prayers. And they'll go into our prayer box for 30 days being prayed over every Wednesday night here, and then they're sent off to Silent Unity in Unity Village for another 30 days. So that ripple of prayer will move on and on. So join us for singing. Holy believe, love gives, love, pure love heals. Holy believe, love heals, love, pure love heals. Only believe, love heals, love, pure love heals. Let's do it one more time. Sing with us. Only believe. From our heart out to the world. Love is connecting as one. Love, pure love heals.
I just see the world healing right now and everybody lifting up in consciousness. Yes.
Thank you. And now we have the opportunity of hearing Rebecca Abraxas open us up with some beautiful chanting.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May we all have peace. May we all feel love. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May we all know light. May we all stay bright. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May we all have peace. May we all feel grace. May we all know home. Let's all chant shalom. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May we all have peace. May we all Shanti. May we all have peace. May we all feel grace. May we all know. Let's all chant Shalom. 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 Shalom.
The bells always represent us connecting with the divine force that's within us. This isn't changing the room, it's changing us. It's reminding that we are divine first, and the human experience is second. And so it evokes the heart. It brightens the 7 chakras. It aligns us with our conscious divinity, with this greater power we call Source, God, Spirit. Remembering that none of us are special, but all of us are perfection and divine in nature. So to take this next hour to be a blessing unto ourselves and other. And having gratitude for yourself that you're taking this time for this deeper wisdom, for this deeper connection, because we are being called for that right now. So I'm doing a continuation today of my talk last Sunday, but I went deeply into the separation that's happening in the world last week. And the title of my talk was, I have overcome the world, which Jesus had said to not be worrisome or worry, that he has found a way to overcome the world because he goes to the Father first. And some Christians would see that as that he was our go-between to God, this place where he found peace. But the truth was that we are the example of what Christ can do in this world. He was the one that was our way shower. And so when we think about Jesus and his works, which we really only follow Jesus' teachings directly from him, instead of somebody else's interpretation, because life can get very confusing by the interpretations of outer people, outer missionaries, outer anything, because the divine nature is within us. We can only resonate with what we can really perceive spiritually, mentally, and physically. And so when we look at times like these, where we're facing an outpicturing of duality in the hearts and minds of people, what we were asking last week is, I know many of us are wondering, how can we help? How can we be of service during times like these? And some people, if we're still of the world and more of the human nature, we're going to be eating up that news and be living within that fear of wanting to know when the next steps are, the next more dangerous steps are in this impending or happening war at the moment. And so while we're signing up and we're watching those news stories or listening to it in our cars, we're signing up with the fear and the discord and the duality that does not bring peace where peace prevails on this planet and world. If we are all conduits of this greater power and this greater love, we take this opportunity to deepen our understanding of our relationship with God, Source, Spirit. Whatever word makes you feel divinely held in hope and love. That we transition this world of fear and separation into a non-dualistic experience within ourselves of spirit and human. We find that serenity as both of those are bonded, and we can take actions from a state of peace and love through prayer and meditation. Our faith is restored by recognizing the opportunity we have for seeing things from a heightened awareness and bringing that forward for greater peace and harmony within ourselves and without. One historical stream of teachings on conscious living comes from the Stoics of Greece and Rome. These remarkable teachers developed a powerful philosophy of self-change. The Stoics lived in a time when philosopher was a combination of therapist and inspirational teacher, whose province was the conscious encounter with daily life. There are many mistranslations of what the Stoics taught and practiced, but the true Stoic ideal was simple: live in harmony with the way things are. Live in harmony with the way things are. If we can cultivate this simple practice while facing a world in discord, we discover a peace that surpasses understanding. We discover a peace that surpasses understanding. And while we know, and we don't avoid knowing, that there is pure pain in this world right now, and people treating others as if they're separate and apart in the name of God, it's okay to grieve the experience of knowing of this loss of life. It's good to feel our truth about it because that shows the beauty of our hearts. That if we didn't feel it, then we're totally disconnected from our developed oneness. And it's not a developed oneness that comes from many, many years of scholarly praying and meditating and affirming this higher consciousness. We are all high in consciousness by nature. It's the world that's brought us down. So it takes just a tuning of a string to go back to the truth of our divinity as healer, as seeing the future, as being divine in this moment, having this moment where the veil is thinning every day right now till Halloween. Like when we really are the spiritual people that have done our studies, we're at a very holy time right now. The Samhain is a week from Tuesday, which is the thinnest that the veil is between here and the other side. And where all the wisdom, the Akashic records, all the knowledge of our many lifetimes are coming through, they're streaming through. How many people are noticing how amazing their dreams are right now? And that's not a coincidence. That's synchronized, that we're all in this oneness. The universe is communicating with us. The other day, my husband got up, and we've been talking for the last 2 weeks, for some reason, this dog we lost 2 years ago in June is just on our mind. Like we just are missing her in this great way because she just was perfection. And it's almost like grief has to wear off a little bit to almost be able to laugh about the wonderful experience, and it took that long for us. And so we've been talking and celebrating her, but then, of course, I always end up crying because I'm the big crier of the family. And then he had a dream, and he woke up the next day, and he said, Cozy came to me last night. And he said, and I was holding her, and I was kissing her, and I got to completely hold her. And then I put her on the ground, and I told her to run over to you. And I said, lady, look, it's Cozy. Look, it's Cozy. And you couldn't see her. And it broke my heart, first of all, because I felt like her message was like, you're not seeing me, Mom. Like, because it has been so painful. I haven't seen her. I've had little whispers of her. And I said to Mike, do you think that that was a dream that was created by your memories of Cozy, or do you believe you were visited by her? He said, definitely, I was visited by her. So it's the way we look at the signs and symbols of spirit coming through, because all Cozy was unconditional love and the laughter of our house, because she was just the mommy. We referred to her as the mommy of the house. Hey, Mommy. That's what I always said to her when I come home. Like, she ran the place. And then last night, she came to me and she kissed my toes in my bed. And I know that to people that don't believe in these things, that you'll never see them, right? Like they say, you have to believe to see this universal force where nothing dies, where we educate ourselves in the part of us that never dies. which is the soul. So there's a greater understanding and less fear about this human thing, that it's not limited to this 80 to 100 years in the physical, that it goes on, and that this point in life, this time that we've come in, we've all been chosen to it. Like if we believed that we were chosen to this time as adversaries for God, Spirit, this love to be extended from us, wouldn't we take our life a little bit more spiritually important, like lifted? Like we would know there's something bigger than the basic problems of the car issues, the rent not being paid, like the physical parts of life that consume us and stress us out, when we have a grander, bigger picture. And if we started stepping into that grander, bigger picture, that all those problems that are of the physical world will be added unto you and healed. But we tend to focus on this little stuff instead of getting this higher consciousness. I've been chosen to this time. So therefore, I'm supposed to step into that which I'm here to do and be. So we use this discord of the world as an invoking light for us to do better as us, as Spirit as us through us. In Philippians 4:6-7, Paul writes, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in divine consciousness." And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding. So it's saying we don't only have peace when there's peace in this world. We are the peace. We are the extension of that peace. It starts to be the ripple effect that brings peace into the hearts and minds of all people. And so if we don't look to the fear and the anguish and the scariness, we just stay in that divine light, and we only add this high consciousness for healing. Not only do we not have to be in anxiousness about it, but we'll understand a peace that surpasses understanding, because understanding is of the intellect. This peace is within us as a vibration. The vibration of peace and love is the most attracting quality. It's in the giving and the receiving. You'll be blessed as you give this peace. So the notion of God's peace being able to guard and protect us can be a welcome balm for our concerned souls. Some translations of the Bible use the word surpass in place of transcend, but the meaning is much the same. God's peace is so great we cannot possibly comprehend its fullness. So great it overshadows even the mightiest of concerns. Let's sit with that for a second. God's peace, and in our highest understanding, in our highest consciousness, us as a collective are God. So being a part of the solution, stepping in, making that our food first thing in the morning, is that meditation and that prayer. And that prayer is of affirming. In unity, it's not asking God to do anything different. It's affirming the healing of the greater picture of this. Affirming and knowing, and then thanking God that it's already healed. And adding from that consciousness of already being resolved. So what is the peace that surpasses all understanding, and how can we get that peace? The original Greek word used here for peace is irameia, is defined by Strong's Concordance as one peace, quietness, or rest. It's a giving over, a blissfully relaxing, much like the carefree sleep of a child who has no worries because all their concerns are handled. When's the last time you've had a carefree sleep of a child with no worries? If you're a parent, it will come someday. I'm just kidding, I'm just teasing. The peace, that carefree sleep, like there's nothing to worry about. That's adding into that peace of that collective that we're looking for. Peace can often be translated with a militaristic perspective in mind, such as the absence of human conflict or battles. But here it's used more in reference to a state of mind. That's what we're looking for, is the state of mind that is forever this peace. because a peaceful life is priceless. A peaceful life is priceless. And that doesn't mean that it changes the issues in our life. We're choosing to live peace, be in peace. When we see the things show up that gets our heart racing or anxieties coming up, and we see that we have already built the default in the subconscious mind of already healed peace. So it's responded by that peace. We don't jump in and immediately go to fight or flight or fear or whatever. Because when we're living divine peace, when we are facing the issues and the things that are calling our effort to it, we do it with a Mother Earth's heartbeat. Not the sped up world that's saying you have to chase all these things and knock it down and fix it. And there's no peace in that. The world is so sped up right now that it's hard to find a state of peace if we've signed up to the pace of what it is right now. This is separate from the war that's happening in Israel. The world is testing the divine souls that are walking here, that have chosen to be here during this transformative, transcendent time, to see if we're going to take to task what we're capable of becoming and being as light bearers. Sometimes it's exactly what makes you cry. It's exactly what makes you confront yourself that makes you super uncomfortable. It's exactly these moments. They are the ones you should be thankful for because they carry the potential to unlock something fundamental inside of you. So this comes down to the idea that the difficult stuff that makes us cry probably cracks us open to being more truthful and more vulnerable and more honest about our experience. We can cry all day long about what's going on in the world, but ultimately most tears and fears and everything we're facing is actually deep inside of us, of our own understanding, our own issues that we've been avoiding to be healed. The crack in the vase, when we crack the vase, the being, this body, this being, and we open up to the soul teaches us how to heal. And there are the cracks and there are the breaks, but it's in those places that we grow spiritually. We can look at these things outside the world, but I bet there's plenty enough to go on right here to bring us to higher and higher understandings of our soul journey, and from that to discover what our purpose is as a divine being in this world. A hospice nurse of 8 years, someone who has been at the deathbed of countless people, shares a common thread of regrets they share with her in their last days and moments. 1, I wish I had lived a life true to myself, not the life that other people expected of me. 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I wish I had had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. I wish I had allowed myself to be happier. I wish I had allowed myself to be happier. I've also heard the friend one too many times because I've had the beautiful opportunity of being at people's beds as they're passing over, and the regrets never have to do with money or career, ever, or the speed of life. It's about the quality. It's about the time. It's the work-kid balance. It's the balance. I wish I'd spent more time with my parents before they passed. I wish I had spent more time with my kids and didn't work all the way through thinking having a great university experience for them was more important than my time with them on the floor just being with them. It's about the presence of what we're bringing to every moment. Those are the things we'll regret if we don't give that love and that time to the cherished gorgeousness of what life gives us to celebrate in every moment. So by reading these things causes us to reflect on our work, on our family balance, everything in life. There's something about the truths that people share on their deathbeds that teach us about life. It's by acknowledging that you are going to die that you truly get to live life. right? And physical death is what I'm talking about, not the soul moving on, which I 100% believe in and know and all those wonderful things. It's just, it will never come back exactly the way we got to do it this time. So why not do it well? Why not deepen into the possibilities of this moment, this now healed moment? So this is the powerful tool for self-change. So think about your life right now. Think about your life-work balance. Think about the beautiful things that are in your life that makes your heart squishy. The things that melt you when you think about it. Think about the things that make you get out of bed with joy and exuberance for life again. Think about your partner. Think about your parents. Think about your best friends, right? I have a best friend that crossed over 2 years ago in 2 months. She's around right now with that veil thinned. And my birthday was 2 weeks ago, and I had a big party of friends that came into town. And I have framed pictures on my mantle, on my fireplace. And while the setup was happening for my birthday, a framed picture fell off of the mantle, and there was an unframed picture of her with a headdress on her that said, Happy New Year. I mean, how close could you get to happy birthday? That's the stuff that gets me out of bed. This life is so sweet, and it's magic, truly, when you really live from a lens that it's all for us. It's not against us. And that the universe is always communicating with us through friends, through family members, through animals, through birds, through squirrels. Right now, mine are squirrels. I said that a few weeks ago. My squirrels are so fat, and they're so cute. I could just watch them for hours, just eating away and spending a fortune on them. With the blue jays landing with them and the whole bit. So our lives begin to change only when we take full responsibility for the venture. And for this venture, we need all our resources. This requires that we let go of focusing on things that are out of our control and pray and meditate upon those things, and then move our energies toward those things we can control. One of the chief causes of strain is living in the awareness that even little decisions can influence our whole lives. One of the chief causes of strain is living in the awareness that even little decisions can influence our whole lives. Who of us cannot identify with that reality? Like the littlest things could have this long ripple effect, like we're somehow stuck in that choice that we made, which is not true. Every minute we can change our mind, right? Like it's okay to try a path that's not the one you've been on. But we get so stuck in a rut, it's like something's pulling us to keep doing the thing we know how to do. And yet we're not happy with the path that we're on. Instead of possibly trying these urges that Spirit's knocking on the door and saying, there's so much more for you. If you tried and you stepped out and you put yourself maybe in a financial vulnerable place or something where you change careers, but we don't. We're like, but I gotta keep doing this thing I don't like. And I'm trying to find happiness in that. When you know your soul, it's not necessarily that you can't find happiness in that, but everything in your soul is like, do something else. And we don't. Because we're thinking we're running out of time, or by 30 I said I would be here, or, we have all these parameters that we put with ourselves, and we don't want to end up standing somewhere starting over at 50 or something. Like we have these little things that we put in our way to create unnecessary anxiety. Because there is a lack of faith in this greater something. There's a lack of faith that something greater is at hand in our lives at all moments, the second we let go of control. We're all addicted to control. And when we realize that there's some things we can control and there's some things that are just simply uncontrollable, that's where happiness lives. We let go of trying to control the uncontrollable. That's a full-time job. And you're never going to win it either. So trying to precede fixing something that's uncontrollable, you're just wasting senseless time and energy on not creating this beautiful life that you deserve, right? Robert Frost wrote, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. That has made all the difference. From the earliest times, people have yearned for some way to see beyond the horizon, and thus to know the ultimate course of those 2 roads. The precursors of religion are the medicine men and fortune tellers and seers and prophets who were able, or claimed they were, to look into the future. The very word providence, long used as a synonym for God, comes from the root words that mean to see forward. People have instinctively sensed a dimension of life in which there flows like an underground stream, a directive force that is forever correspondent with every conscious need. There is a peace that surpasses understanding in this life, where there's this bubbling brook that basically takes our life and takes it abundantly to where we belong, but yet we believe that, and we believe there's some people that could read our future, so then we would step onto the path less known, right? If somebody tells me, okay, go this way, then I will. When I do agree that there's fortune tellers, and I do believe that we all have that ability, though. See, we all are made in the image and likeness of God. We are all created with divine consciousness and awareness and second sight and empathic urges and all these wonderful things that guide and direct us. We just have to listen to it. And sometimes if you need a little backup, dancer to do the cards for you, it will probably validate what you already know. That's really what and sometimes we need that. And that's okay. I don't have any judgment against that. But don't seek ye first the cards of somebody else. It says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, which is in the midst of us, for the answers of your life. Don't go to the critical mother. Don't go to the critical father. Don't go to your critical child. This is a process of our relationship between spirit and ourselves. And we can trust that process. There's no loneliness. None. Because we feel that wind. We feel that something moving through us. Emerson wrote, there is guidance for each of us, and by lowly listening we shall hear the right word. Why choose you so painfully? Certainly there is a possible right for you that precludes the need of willful election. For you there is a reality, a fit place. Place yourself in the middle of the stream of power and wisdom which animates all whom it floats, and you are without effort, impelled to truth, to right and perfect contentment. That would work, right? That works. So what that's saying, we have to let go of control. The very thing that none of us want to do is the thing that scares us the most, right? We want to keep ourselves safe and secure in our unhappiness instead of surrendering and letting go and being in the middle of the stream where that power, that infinite consciousness, that knowing is already in us. It's actually very simple what this is saying we need to do, and yet look at the wall. Look at the wall it takes to drop the oars and float down the stream. So it's funny if you really think about it. Look at the mind. Look at the intellect, man. It just talks us out of our good. It just so naturally has such a louder voice than this. Like this. This feeling place. You know how I find this feeling place? I just cuddle with my dog, Gilly. I smell his perfect stinkiness. And I just look in the animal's eyes, and I am one with the universe. I am in the vastness. I am healed. I am holy. And he knows that he is the sunrise and the sunset in my world. And his response to me is just to that. Animals are a wonderful way to really receive what we give, especially as mothers and fathers when we have young children in the house. We're giving a lot. So to have that little something that just feeds us back up. It's so wonderful. But whatever it is that fills your heart when you see birds flying, when you see an eagle, like when you see something crossing the road that's a certain type of animal, do you look online and go, what is the message of that animal? Like I had a big frog cross my path, and I looked it up, and it was exactly where I was that day. That everything is a sign from God. You float in life when you know this divine connection. You truly do. But if we just have sometimes faith, it doesn't work. That sometimes faith, like, now today I'm going to sit and read my spiritual books and meditate. You get filled up with that bubbling brook that Spirit's just going to guide and direct you. And then you get in the car and somebody cuts you off, and then you hit every red light on the way to work. And by the time you get to work, you're back to the old way of looking through your lens. Instead of seeing that the cutoff or the lights that were all red might be about pausing. It might be about this moment. To sit at that light that used to upset you and go, what is in this moment? Oh, I haven't been breathing. I've been thinking about work and this stressful thing. Let's go back to the present. Spirit's telling me to slow down and get into this higher consciousness that I am, to bring to these areas of my life, right? We are all made of the same thing. We are all made of the same thing. All you have to do is let go of trying to be what you aren't anyways. The spiritual core of you has been there all the while, just waiting for you to accept it and own it as yours. The feeling of our own organic spirituality flows through you, and you feel reborn. So if you affirm this year, this is the season for my full awakening. That's a prayer to the universe. I'm affirming this is the season for my full awakening. So everything that needs to fall into place, and then we let go and we go and lay in the river. Something that's got this higher conscious ideal for ourselves. Putting ourselves back on the map and fully developing that which we are here so that it ripples out and affects absolutely everyone that we come into contact with. We are made of the same stuff as everyone else in the universe. Everything is alive and equal. The shortest path to the true spirituality in the universe and in ourselves is to go inward toward our cores, our souls, not outward toward other people's experiences or their experiences of us. Stop looking for the advice of other people. We tend to not trust our hunches. And that's why we have to get the second validation. And you know what? When you're sharing things that you feel are healing within you with people that are unhealed, they're going to talk you out of your good. Because they can only meet you where they are in consciousness. It's not to be mean, but the nature is to make people feel fearful about their spiritual life. It's just a knee-jerk reaction on their part because they're not willing to take to task what they're harboring in their beings that's broken and be willing to let these cut places in us grieve us, move through it, discover who we are through it, and then float in that river with this divine lens. It's like, I cannot wait to see the good that's coming from all of it. I can't wait to see the good that's coming from all of this. The need is to practice the presence of this inner flow. Meditate on the ideal that the creative process of the universe is rushing, streaming, pouring into you from all sides while you do your work. Get this feeling so strongly that your whole being bubbles with enthusiasm and your fingers tingle with power. Working in this consciousness, you are in the flow of life. Your work will be done effectively, but without ego. And because there is a true spirit of giving, there will be a fulfilling demonstration of receiving. And because there is a true spirit of giving, there will be a fulfilling demonstration of receiving. So really, ultimately, we have to be willing to really know ourselves on the soul level, in the effort of knowing the workings of this divine universe within us. One has to hold in their own mind and heart their true relationship with self and God, because it is us that allows the flow of Spirit to transform our lives. And if we are still harboring a current within that doesn't believe that you are worthy, able, capable, or just simply pushing against the changes that keep coming to encourage an inner sense of safety, then you aren't ready to leap or land within this divine journey that changes and flows every day. And if you aren't willing today, try tomorrow. Or you do a good hour of it, and then something brings up the fear or triggers something from the past. Sit with it, feel it, and then step into this divine lens and get back in that river and float. Let that wind be on your back. Let your life become the example of what we're teaching up here. And then you are the utterance of this light and love for others when you come in contact with them at stores and anywhere, in your work, in whatever avenue you work in. When you're on a spiritual path, you are a spiritual counselor. Immediately. I'm sure everybody talks to you about your spiritual wisdom, and you give wisdom because you wouldn't be sitting here. Because this path is about self-realization. And when you've tapped into that, people can feel it. And so they ask for advice from you. So keep growing, keep connecting, keep serving this light within you so that your soul may develop and develop more and more. So that you can discover the peace that surpasses understanding and show others how to find that as well. So I'm going to take us into just a real short meditation to shore up the frayed edges of this sermon. Hopefully we got something out of that. All right, so let's just get comfortable in our seat, and I'll ask Steve to put some beautiful music on. So we'll just take a deep breath in. Just really connecting with what resonated with your heart today. Kind of affirming something about what you gained in this message, because it's different for everyone. And where you are right now is exactly where you are supposed to be. Nobody's judging. Nobody's looking upon you other than blessing and seeing this divine light entering your heart and mind. Here's a good realization on which to practice the presence. Opportunity is wherever I am. I am in the flow. And every day I expect new things to happen that will open the way to all my good. I put my whole self into everything that I do and pour myself out as a blessing wherever I go. And if we took these words as if Spirit was talking to us, I'd like you to resonate and receive these words. I think it's beautiful how you show up in this world, unguarded and willing to try again. Despite all of the ways it's tried to defeat you, I think it's beautiful the way you take courage into yourself each morning. The way you refuse to be anything but hopeful in this world, despite the inner battles you fight. Despite the struggles you have experienced over time. I think it's beautiful the way you twist your losses into lessons. The way you stand up even when you feel weak, because you are not weak. There is a resounding level of courage to be found in being the person who continues healing even when it's difficult. There is a resounding level of bravery to be found in being the person who believes in the light even when you cannot see it. My child, I thank you for being the expression of my love and light in this world. Please know that I am with you, illuminating the pathway you are on. Here you will discover the peace that surpasses understanding. And I welcome you home, my beloved. Amen. We'll take an offering for unity now.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to put on my divine bathing suit and jump into that flow of spirit. One of my favorite experiences of flow is definitely grace. You know, how spirit shows up in ways that are unexpected or not sought after, like this spontaneous flow of, love and divine harmony. And the more we're rooted in spirit, the more we experience that divine grace and that peace that is beyond all understanding. So if you want more of that, then the call is to root ourselves in spirit. And so today, when we ask you to donate, we are encouraging you to root yourself in spirit. And we have all these ways to give. We, again, want to focus on recurring donations. We have a lot of activities around here, and some of them we can only do if we have planned out finances ahead of time. So by doing a recurring donation, you're helping us introduce more activities here at this center. And one other great thing is now we have a matching opportunity. In honor of Grace Gutman, Joel Gutman has committed $5,000 in matching funds. So both Joel and Grace have been part of this community for decades and really contributed to the thriving of this community. So in a way, we could call this the Thrive Matching Opportunity, just because in honor of the energy of both them and specifically Grace. So if you do a donation online or if you have a check, put the word grace on it, and that will be doubled. I think it's about a month. I don't have the end date, but this is definitely a golden opportunity. So thank you.
Listening to Cintisha share the truth the way she does, I hearken to the idea that, boy, I wish I had some of that insight shared with me when I was young. Instead of going through all the terrible conditions and circumstances I was creating in the limited state of consciousness that I grew up in. Just didn't have anyone of that understanding of truth that transforms lives, that brings healing and prosperity and compassion and love. And all of that we have every week here. Unfortunately, a lot of people that used to come here, when they had the offering bag or basket put in front of them, they felt compelled to give. A lot of them now are watching this on a screen, and they don't feel compelled to give. They're watching it as though they're watching another television show. It's not something that they really feel required to support. But I can tell you this, the truth, the real fine truth that changes consciousness is the most rewarding charity in the world. There are a lot of great charities to which you can give your money. You can give your money to the radio station. They do their promotions every now and then, and they do good work. And there's a lot of good charities that are doing good things. But let me say this to you. None of those charities are going to be of the value that unity is, because unless the consciousness of humanity is transformed and brought into the awareness that it is first, foremost, divine in origin and must become divine in expression, then humanity has no hope. The world has no hope. The hope of the world is that enough people will embrace and embody the truth that they are divine in origin and here to be divine in expression. And the way you become divine in expression is to give expression to the true love of the presence that we are all one. And giving is the outward expression of that divine love that gives without any thought except to bring about harmony, peace, healing to the entire creation. Unity is the most valuable, necessary, important charity on the face of the earth. And we are blessed by it to have it here in Boulder, Colorado. I hope you feel that way because we're not bringing in enough to support what goes on here. I want you to just think about that. Take it to your heart. Take it in prayer. Take it in meditation. See if you can do a little better to support the truth that will really bring forth that freedom in love and peace, compassion. And now with that in mind, let's bring into our hands, into our minds, that financial gift we'd like to make to Unity of Boulder. Let's bless it with this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give. And so it is. And we have Rebecca Braxis to share her amazing music with us.
Lots going down today. Keep loving, keep giving. This may take some forgiving. Don't let them take your power away. No, we can change the world with just one loving thought. We can light each other's way with the love we've got. We've just got to stand up, stand tall. We've just got to rise up and hear the call. We can change the world. Change the world. When it all seems lost, keep loving, keep giving, keep getting up when you're down. Do the right thing when no one's around. Ooh, we can change the world with just one loving thought. We can light each other's way with the love we've got. We've just got to stand up, stand tall. We've just got to rise up and hear the call. Change the world. When the day comes for my soul to be free, I want to know that I put love and peace into destiny. just one loving thought. We can light each other's way with the love we've got. We've just got to stand up, stand tall. We've just got to rise up and hear the call. We can change the world with just one loving thought. We can light each other's way with the love we've got. We've just got to stand up, stand tall. We've just got to rise up and hear the call. We can change the world with just one loving thought. We can light each other's way with the love we've got. We've just got to stand up, stand tall. We've just got to rise up and hear the call. We can change the world, yes we can. Change the world. One more time. We can change the world with just one loving thought. We can light each other's way with the love we've got. We've just got to stand up, stand tall. We've just got to rise up and hear the call. We can change the world. Woo! Change the world.
So we want to let you know that we have prayer partners available to you if you're facing a challenge in your life or even a joy you'd like to share. You can just stay seated in the seats after we conclude the service, and they will come and find you. Here's Lisa in her sash. She'll come and find you and take you to our beautiful meditation room. But let's all circle up and let's sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. We're doing this right now, holding that light in that space. And around these two, hopefully we can all, there's enough people to do it. Just all through the edges right there. You're going to go out to the edges. So we're not doing the middle line. You're going out to the sides. It's very simple. We're just going to the sides. Here we go. And I'll go up here. Let's see. You bring Zelita down here. I'll come down here. Here, you guys go down here. I'll come and close it up over here. All right, let's start the song. Here we go.
Get in here if you want.
Go on, Larry. The piano's not on, Steve. Here we go. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be our moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take this moment and live this moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And bring your kids to the Halloween party at to 7. Thanks for coming.
All right.
Thank you. You gotta come to, oh, you can't make it.
You got me? Oh, I'm in there. Oh, yeah, all right.
Here we go.
And now, a little something for Halloween. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready?